easier to move in everything you do. Get that six-pack. Stick with me the next 30 minutes, and we'll get closer to those goals. Hey, I'm Preston. What's up? 30 minutes of abs and core with a lot of Pilates thrown in. Let's get right into a warm-up. All you'll need is a mat. We'll be on the mat the entire time. Let's start with the warm-up cat and cow movements. Push the mat away, round the back. Arch the back. Look towards your belly button for the cat. Inhale, drop the stomach. This time, arch the back. Look up for the cow. We'll do one more of each. Thank you so much for joining me. Push the mat away, round the back, cat. One more cow. We are live every day, so if things happen, I can blame it on technical difficulties. Let's stretch out the upper back. Raise the left arm up to the sky, then thread it underneath the right armpit. Walk the right hand forward, stretching out the upper back. We start each routine with a plank, and we end each routine with a plank. All of the weights on the left shoulder. We increase the plank duration by 1 second each time. Every time we do a plank, we reset it at the beginning of the year, so it's a shorter plank this time. Right arm up to the sky, thread it underneath the left. 1 minute and 42 seconds is how long people usually watch me. So if you're still with me, you're already watching longer than the average person. So to you, I say you are above average. Let's come back to all fours. From here, we will do a quick pigeon pose to stretch out our hips. So lift your right leg up to the sky, float it in between your two wrists, scooch the left leg back, and rest your torso on top of that right thigh. We'll take one big deep breath here. Come back to plank. Float the left leg up to the sky. Then between your wrists, scooch that right leg back this time. Pigeon pose on the left. Remember, you can pause the video at any time if you need to take a break. Come back to plank. Lower your hips down to the mat. Look up towards the sky. High cobra. Shoulders out of the ears. Exhale. Squeeze the butt. 10 more seconds and we get right into our first plank of the day. So get ready to step that right foot back, left foot back, and let's get into that first plank. All right. Let me just start up the old Instagram live feed. Right foot back, left foot back. Already missed out on a couple of seconds on some quality plank time. Squeeze your stomach, navel to your spine. Squeeze your butt. Toes are curled under. Your hands are underneath your elbows, and your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You want to keep your butt in line with your shoulders or slightly below. You don't want your butt above your shoulders. When you do that, you don't use your core muscles to stabilize and support yourself. Remember, you can drop to your knees if you need to, but we only have 15 more seconds left before we move into our first core exercise. We'll take a quick rest in between each exercise just so we can transition without hurting ourselves. All right. First exercise on the docket is a single straight leg crunch. So the way we do that is we roll on down, raise the right leg up to the sky, left leg hovers just above the mat, and we're going to crunch, small crunches upwards, hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. And then let's switch legs, single straight leg crunch, other side, left leg, as straight as you can make it, small little crunches up towards that knee, up towards that toe. Nice work. Let's try heel walk, shall we? heel walk. So feet are on the mat, knees are bent. Lift your hips up to the sky. Toes come off the mat, heels stay on the mat. And we're just going to walk to the back of our mat. Lift our hips up even higher. Keep those heels on the mat. Maybe also look up. Try and keep those hips raised, heels on the mat, toes off the mat. And you just walk back and forth on your heels, keeping those hips as high as you can make them. Great. Nice work. We're going to stay in that kind of that same position, but we're going to raise our hips up and down, feet fully on the mat this time. Hips up to the sky. When you can't get them any higher, slowly lower your hips down, and as soon as your butt touches the mat, you raise your hips up back to the sky. You could also go for an elevated or a reverse plank, where you extend your legs out long and then lower your hips. You want to really squeeze your butt, engage your abs in whatever form you're doing here to get the most out of it. Bird, dog. Let's come to all fours. Hope you're having a great day. Come to all fours. From here, we extend the right leg back to hip height, left arm forward next to the ear. Let's drive our elbow into knee, elbow to opposite knee, then back out, place everything down. So first we extend limbs, keep on extending, drive opposite elbow to opposite knee, then back to that extension, place it down. You go at your own pace, alternating arms and legs. I'm doing one more to even myself out. Up next, we'll flip on over, legs in a tabletop, crisscross, knee to elbow. Legs in a tabletop, arms nice and wide, hands behind your head. Taking that opposite elbow to opposite knee. Really trying to get the elbow and knee to touch. Focusing on that armpit reaching past the knee. Focusing on extending that opposite leg out with so much energy you could punch a hole, you could kick a hole through your wall. And of course, no movement on the mat with the torso. Up next, we have side wood chops. Nice and easy. Come to sitting cross-legged. Look at the screen. Chop to one side, looking, following your chop with your hands. Nice big twist at the torso. You could also do this with your legs straight. Whatever works for you. Sit up nice and tall. Remember, I am cycling for survival. I'm trying to raise some money to help fund research for rare cancers, a severely underfunded area of science. If you want to donate, please go to PrestonConnors.com. That's just my full name.com. It's on the screen the entire time. Cherry pickers, legs straight up to the sky, lower back glued to the mat, arms reaching up towards the sky. Pretend like there's some cherries hanging off your toes, and we're going to try and pick those cherries off our toes. Just small little crunches or big crunches. You do your range of motion. Just try and curl your head, neck and shoulders off the mat as much as you can while keeping the legs straight. Nice work. Short rest break. Scissor kicks. Back down on the mat. Legs straight up to the sky, as straight as you can, glued together. Lower one leg just inches off the mat, and then we'll scissor kick our legs other way. So we're alternating legs. Slow and controlled. Legs as straight as possible. Lower back on the mat. One right after another. Lower abs do all the work. Let's pick up the pace the last few seconds. Double time. And bring your knees in quick. Rest break. Same position. So we raise our legs up to the sky once again. As straight as you can, glued together. We're going to do small flutter kicks, lowering our legs down until either our lower back arches off the mat or we're a couple inches above the ground. And then we slowly flutter kick our way back up. So just small little flutter kicks. 5 more seconds. Lower back should always be flat against the mat here to ensure you're using the correct muscles and not hurting your back. Frog stand, one of my favorite exercises. Sumo squat, kind of, very low. Lock your elbows into your knees. Shift your weight forward, hands supporting all of the weight as you lift your toes, your feet off the mat, and you just hold that frog stand. If you come down or lose your balance, that's okay. Just get back up, try again. This took me many, many tries to even do just this much. Of course, you can progress that and do a handstand and all those fancy calisthenics movements, which we will get to down the line one of these days. Slow climbers. So, plank position. Drive one knee in, then the other knee in. Drive those knees in as far as you can. Engaging those abs, using your abs to pull the knee in and push the leg out. You can also take opposite elbow to opposite knee. I mean, not opposite knee to opposite elbow. And take a quick break. Tabletop toe taps. Alliteration. All right. So we lift our hips up to the sky again. So we're kind of in a reverse tabletop here. And we reach for our toes. One at a time. Modification is to do this in a beast, and you just reach towards your toes, maybe add a pike as you reach. Whatever works for you, either on your back or on your knees, you're just reaching for your toes. Hollow body hold. Lower back on the mat, legs glued together 45 degrees, arms out by your ears 45 degrees. Hollow out your body right here and hold. Hollow body hold. More challenging, you bring your legs closer to the mat as long as your lower back stays on the mat. A little bit easier, you raise your legs up. Normal is about 45 degrees. With the arms and the legs. Nice. Roll up. Pilates move. We're going to do this as slow as we can with using as little momentum as we can. Feet on the mat kind of far out in front of you. Legs hip distance apart. Hands energized together, reaching up towards the sky. We inhale, then we exhale. We peel ourselves up as slow and controlled as we can. We give ourselves a nice big hug, lower our shoulders down, roll on back, vertebrae by vertebrae touching the mat. Again, peel up. I think it should be called a peel up. And then slowly roll it down. Always remember that you can chat with me if you so choose. If you so please, you can chat with me by opening up any chat box. Let's do some mountain climbers. Faster this time. Getting the heart rate up and strengthening our core. Just open up that chat box, not the private message box, the public chat box. You chat to me, I read it, and I give you a witty or insightful response. Dead bug, opposite of bird dog. We do that on our back. Legs to tabletop, head down, lower back down, arms up. Right leg extends 45 degrees, left arm 45 degrees. Then we switch arms and legs. My arms really aren't moving that far back because I have furniture blocking my dead bug. But the goal here is to alternate arms and legs, keeping the lower back on the mat, minimal or no movement by your torso on the mat. Jackknife. Jackknife is either reaching like this or coming all the way up and reaching towards your toes. I like just the small movement where you keep everything up to the bottom rib on the mat. You raise your legs up, glued together. As you raise your arms up, glued together. So you're basically raising all of your limbs together, keeping your lower back on the mat, making a jackknife with your body. X-ups. Similar, we make an X with our body, arms and legs in an X. Then we sit up and curl up, hug our knees into our chest, back out. The advanced version is to sit all the way up. So let's try for that, as many as we can. So body makes an X, body tucks in, hold the balance. So it's like you were kind of almost rolling like a ball, but you use your arms and legs and your core to create that X. Superman, flip on over. Lie down, push your pelvis down, scoop your abs up, extend your arms out long, glue them together, extend your legs out long, glue them together. Legs are just a few inches off the mat. Arms are raised next to your ears, and you're just holding this position, really focusing on reaching in both directions. When you reach, you turn those muscles on, and you strengthen them. Pilates 100s, flip on over again. Legs into tabletop. Head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Arms a couple inches off the mat. And we're pumping vigorously at our sides. Option to glue the legs together. Slightly turn the toes out while you continue to pump. Legs are kind of at a 45-degree angle. Keep that going for another 10 seconds. Our goal is to pump our arms 100 times. Inhale for 5 reps and exhale for 5 reps. Great job. Quick break. 10-second break like normal. And let's do corkscrew. So legs up to the sky. Down around to the right, over to the left, up. Legs nice long, down around to right, back up. So we're creating a corkscrew, keeping our lower back on the mat as we go around in a circle and then back up. Do that for another 10 seconds. Need to make a quick adjustment to the sound here. Great job. 10-second rest. And then what do we get into next? We get into a seal. Awesome. Come to sitting up. Take your hands, place them through your legs, and then grab the outside of your ankles. Legs into tabletop position. You clap your seal fins together 3 times. Your heels roll back, 3 claps. Roll back up, hold the balance. 3 taps, roll back, 3 taps, roll forwards, 3 taps, roll back. Let's get one more in. 3 taps. That was really messy, but hopefully you get the idea. One thing is you never put your neck on the mat, ever, for any exercise. We're doing standard sit-ups, whatever type of sit-up you want. My only ask is you try and feel each vertebrae touching the mat on the way down, and then each vertebrae leaving the mat on the way up. Those are all the donations we received on the right side of the screen there. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Any amount is greatly appreciated. Windshield wipers. Let's do the torso windshield wipers today. So lie on down, hands, palms facing the ceiling, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Look at your heels and just reach for your heels, creating a windshield wiper motion with your torso. So everything from your waist up is kind of windshield wipering to one side, trying to reach for those heels. If you could reach your heels next time, just move your heels further away. Oblique twist. Let's do this version first. So heels on the mat, legs about hip distance apart, kind of lean back a little bit, and we're just going to rotate side to side. Maybe each rotation you lean back a little bit further until you're about to lose your balance and roll on down. Keep on leaning back. Try and get those elbows to the mat. Look at your hands with your eyes as you rotate. Really wring out your midsection. Up next are Russian twists with a tuck. I need to rename that to Ukrainian twists. We're going to do the Ukrainian twists, the more advanced version. Heels off the mat. We're going to do 4 Ukrainian twists, exactly what we were just doing, and then tuck our knees to our chest, then back out, legs kind of straight, kind of bent, 4, and then tuck in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, knees to chest, tuck in, back out, lean back slightly, big twisting, big tucking, glute bridge. Roll on down, feet on the mat, knees bent, hands down by your side. Use your butt muscles to squeeze and lift your glutes to a bridge. And then on your exhale, let each vertebrae touch the mat. As soon as your hips touch, you're squeezing through your butt again to lift your torso up. A straight line from your knees to your hips to where your shoulders touch the mat is what you're aiming for here. Another 5 seconds. Nice work. Bicycle. So pedaling a bicycle. Legs up to the sky, arms down by your side, and just bicycle your legs out, nice, slow, and controlled. Keep your head down. Lower back glued to the mat. Huge bicycle pedals. I want you to reach all the way to the front wall each time. All right, let's slow our bicycle down and reverse the pedaling, so other direction. Same amount of motion. Big, big circles, and stop. Next, we'll do some bicycle crunches. So we'll do 3 standard crunches. 1, 2, 3 with our legs in the tabletop. You hold the third one up, and then you do 4 bicycle crunches, trying to get that armpit to opposite knee. So you can do 3 standard crunches, which are just small motions, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, using your abs and not your neck. You hold the third one, and then you go right into the bicycles. 2, 3, then 4 big bicycles. Teaser preparation, I think that's what's next. So one day we will be just as good as Joseph Pilates was, but first we have to prepare for the Harvest Moon Pilates, which is teaser. So let's create that V shape, straighten your legs out, and then let's tuck our knees to our chest. Let's go back into that teaser the best you can. Arms up to the sky, legs up, maybe lean back a little bit more, keeping a nice flat back. Then knees to the chest, round your back. Nice work. Our last plank, this time for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Flip on over, get ready. Left foot back, right foot back. Hold that plank. I'm joining you the entire time this time. Either feet together or feet about hip distance apart. You could also do a forearm plank. That's where you bring your butt down with you as low as your shoulders. Your forearms are supporting most of your weight. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You're still squeezing your butt. You're still squeezing your abs. And you can transition between the two if you want to keep it mixed up. To practice both, you're going to use all of your muscles in your entire body, pressing the mat away with your hands, with your feet, squeezing your butt, squeezing your abs, retracting your shoulder blades slightly. Only 15 more seconds, then we go right into a cool down, and we will be done. Nice work. That's it. Knees wider than your hips. Let's sit back into a child's pose. Weight back towards your heels. Walk your hands over to one side of your mat. Stretch out the other side of your body as you keep on pressing your weight back. And then walk your hands over. Other side. Nice side body stretch. Slow down your breathing. Great job today. Walk your hands forward, all fours, then walk your hands to the top of the mat. We'll do that high cobra again, where you drop your stomach. Exhale. Squeeze your butt. Look up. Maybe look left. Look right. Drop your pelvis a little bit further. And come back up to all fours. One round of cat and cow. Press the mat away. Round your back. Cat pose. Inhale, drop your stomach, look up for the cow pose. Come back to all fours. We'll lift our hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog, and we'll pedal each one of those dogs out. By dogs, I mean feet. Get those heels to the mat. Stretching out your calves, maybe rotating your hips a little bit. Come back to all fours, back down to the mat. Nice work today. We'll do a side body stretch. Come to seated. Reach your arms up to the sky. Left hand falls to the mat. Then the left forearm. Then you lean over to the left as you look up towards the right hand, keeping your right butt cheek on the mat. Come back up, reach up, right hand, right forearm, right bend, look up, left hand. My left hip is really tight. Try keep your left hip on the mat. And then back up to seated. We'll take 3 big, huge, gigantic breaths. Reach up, inhale, and then exhale. Sweep the arms behind the back. Arms up, reach up, inhale, and exhale. Last one. This time we're going to inhale twice and exhale once. So raise your arms up. 1 inhale, take a breath. 2 inhales, and then exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was 30 minutes of abs and core in a Pilates fashion. If you like this video, please watch another video. We have hundreds of them. And if you would like to donate to Cycle for Survival, please visit PrestonConnors.com. And any amount is greatly appreciated. Thank you.